should be straight down. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to get all different praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. That's it, this world ignorantly and incorrectly called God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Paleo Hebrew language. Double honors to the elders and apostles across the four winds. Salaki, shalom. Double honors to all the apostles and elder bishops across the four winds of the earth that puts in the teaching this truth and all sincerity and righteousness, as well as you brothers that out there, you Akim that also puts in the teaching this truth. And shalom to the Aquafian, you very few sisters, who have been in order and keeping the faith in the last days and doing y'all need to be doing. And shalom to the Lord's elect, the 144,000, 1/3. Shalom to you all, as we call ourselves the hopeful elect. All right. Coming back to you through the spirit power, Yahweh Shemal Shai. Another lesson exhortation. Now again, it's, I'll be doing these videos when I be basically waking up, man. As soon as I wake up. So, what I'm saying? Salakia for the way I'm sounding, if I sound tired. But it's coming back to you through the spirit power, Yahweh Shemal Shai, another lesson exhortation. And this time I'm coming to you with a verse of the day, and I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Sound quick through the spirit. And this is Matthew 7 and verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in Salaki, which go in their at. Salaki, man, how did I read that damn word like that? Let me read that one more time. Matthew 7 and verse 13, and it reads, Enter ye at the straight gate. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And that's how precious this truth is. Because only one man can enter through that straight gate, through that gate that leadeth to everlasting life. But wide is the gate that leadeth to destruction. What is that gate, that wide gate? These other philosophies, these other doctrines you want to learn and follow. All because you see one fault in another doctrine, you go to another one, then you see another fault, and then you see a fault in that one, then you go to another one. That's back and forth. The Lord doesn't deal with no kind of people, man. It is like you just jumping around from doctrine to doctrine, doctrine to doctrine. You trying to find the truth, yet the truth lies where GMS at. No matter what, they coming out with what they preaching about. At the end of the day, again, it's through the spirit that's working through GMS, the main of GMS, starting with Apostle Har on down, right? Is the spirit working through these men to bring out everything out of the Bible, and that includes, death, war, even about the whole quote unquote rape thing, but yet that, of course, that's in the scriptures, it's according to the law. If a man rapes a woman, she has to pay toll to her father, right? He had to marry that woman for the rest of his life, That's so lucky. But and then by the thing with the when a female has her young flower, she becomes a woman. And I basically just had this talk with somebody last night. I want to say, oh, I don't follow you, man. The whole a female can have a period at 9 years old, and I'd have to explain to her like that's not always the case. That's not always. at that time, that's when they was getting it at that age. But again, that doesn't mean that they was forcibly or they was intentionally marrying 9-year-olds or 10-year-olds or whatever. They can grow up, you know what I'm saying, to or men will wait until a certain age, you know what I'm saying, to marry her if she don't really seem that young. If she seem that young, you know what I'm saying, men want to marry her, okay, cool. As long as she has a flower, as long as she has a period, man, you know, then she becomes a woman. Why you think when most females nowadays in this world, you know, and they growing up, all that, and they had their, you know what I'm saying, you may hear, you know what I'm saying, for the women, you know what I'm saying, that got daughters or whatever, men that got daughters, you may hear your daughter say, oh, I'm becoming a woman, you know, and not to say too much, you know, but with my little cousins, it been a while ago, you know what I'm saying, when I was still in the world, you know what I'm saying, it was me, my grandma, my auntie, and my little cousin, and that's about it, I believe. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think if somebody else came out, I don't know who else, but that's all who I remember. And we was driving somewhere to found some school clothes, I guess. I don't fucking know. You know, all while on that trip, my cousin, my little cousin, was a female. She ends up, you know, what I'm saying, receiving her flower. I believe I don't know when the fuck she had it, but I really don't really care. Um, but she ended up saying, you know, what I'm saying, I got my, you know, what I'm saying, she came out of words and said that she becoming a woman, you know, and she said out her mouth because she ended up calling a pastor that she was close with at that time. It was a female pastor, so you already know that shit wicked as fuck. But she ended up saying that she ended up calling the female pastor or whatever, the lady pastor at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because she was really close to her. She really, you know what I'm saying, loved that lady. And she spoke to Eve and said, what was her name? Whatever, the damn pastor lady, quote unquote. She said to her, quote unquote, I'm becoming a woman, right? And I think she was at the age of 13 or 12, 13 or 12, you know? So it doesn't always gonna be 9 years old when a female has her period, you know? Men can get with women, you know what I'm saying, at the age of fucking 16 or whatever, when they had their period and shit back then, man. It just y'all don't like to do research and don't like to look up these things, and y'all just going at it with just how other people are looking at it. Like, come the fuck on. What are you talking about? You follow after other doctrines, seeing how they feel about, again, quote unquote, the word feel, right? These are nothing but people feelings getting in the way of them seeing the truth. It's just what it is, you know. We can't do nothing about it. It's been doing, it been taught, and it was been doing that since back then, man. You know, so it does not matter whether you may accept this truth or for how it is or not, man. You know, at the end of the day, only the elect will get this thing. Only the elect. If you don't want to get it, if you don't understand one part of the thing, you know, either you're gonna do research and try to get more understanding, or you're just gonna air it off and just don't believe it and just go into follow another doctrine. You know, at the end of the day, it's still true. When we come out and say it's still true, right? It doesn't even matter. And let's not go into the sufferings, man. Oh goodness. Through this suffering, a lot of people will perish, man. Cause they don't like the suffering. They don't like to feel that fire. And just like most Jakes in the world, you know what I'm saying? I damn sure thinking of one Jake right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Jakes don't like counsel. They don't like to receive counsel. They don't like when people yelling at their face, telling them, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, da da. But at the end of the fucking day, That's basically what Yahushua was doing back then, getting on people's ass for going off. He be getting on the scribes and Pharisees, man, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, on them trying to push the law. You know what I'm saying? Been trying to catch them in the lies and stuff like that. No, you know what I'm saying? That's part of that fucker day. It's lucky. Yeah, man. What's that scripture in Ecclesiastes 6? Uh the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 6. Man, matter of fact, let me get it. I'm thinking of it. Ecclesiastes 6 and verse 23. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. And when we come out with these things, you know what I'm saying, to Jake, trying to teach him, trying to tell him for right for wrong, trying to help him and Because at the end of the day, that's what we are doing. You know what I'm saying? When we rebuking niggas, you know what I'm saying, when they going off, you know? And keyword when I say niggas. Cause that's all Jake is being is straight niggas in this world, man. You know? And we in times where Jake just gonna continue to go off and off and off and just don't care, you know. And Jake is just gonna have to slack it. The Lord just have to shift them out, you know what I'm saying, just cast them upon judgment. You know, shift them from the elect and cast judgment upon them, man. Because the Lord is not about to play around in these times no more. He's not. Trust and believe. As for, you know what I'm saying, for myself, you know what I'm saying, speaking for myself, really, man. You know, so far me being in this truth, I have seen so much terrible shit that the Lord can absolutely do. And I know it can be done even worse. And I've seen it. And niggas don't fear the Lord. And that's the understanding I come to for a fact, me being in the truth. Jake, the so-called black man, the so-called black suspended Native Indians, the 2/3 of them, they do not fear the Lord. Those who want to scoff and come against this true word, they don't fear the Lord. Why? It's because they are pushing themselves, they pulling themselves away farther from the truth by continuing to scoff and continue to damn follow after damn lust of their own heart, and as well as the damn get caught up in their fucking feelings, and then it's just, you know, it's just dumbass shit that allowing them to not receive this truth, right? But at the end of the day, it's all through the spirit and power. Yahweh Shemi shot that they will not get it. Why? Because again, they are of the 2/3. The 2/3, the wicked, you know, yeah. Ooh. Jumping down to verse 32, it is some heat. You know what I'm saying? I'll read these two verses real quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou should be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou should be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Well, man, I might as well read. I'll read all of it. Verse 34, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes him, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear thy steps of his door. And that word betimes is just basically saying get with that man. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying ooh, it's not saying, you know what I'm saying, some sodomite shit. No, it's meaning cleave unto that man and hear his word. Hear the message being spoken through that man, that's speaking through that is speaking through that man by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Through the spirit power Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? Because why? The Lord set up his prophets, you know what I'm saying, his men, the servants, his prophets, in these times to prophesy the downfall of this place. And with them prophesying the downfall of this place, they're also going to have the wisdom of how to be about in these times and how to go about in different situations and all that, so on and so forth. And as well as through these books, through these writings that was written for our time of learning. All right. In verse 37, let thy mind be let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire. The Lord will meet you where you meet him at, basically, so to speak. You know, as much time you give to the Lord, is time he may, you know what I'm saying, do for you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just about what you desire through the spirit, you know? Because a lot of niggas in this truth, they just desire money, they desire the wealth and the fame, right? All that gonna come later. We just want protection, you know what I'm saying, these times, because these times are finna get scary, right? And Habakkuk chapter 3, I've heard that speech and I was afraid, you know? And another scripture I believe is in the same book where it's like paraphrasing. When the Lord may show his wrath, remember mercy, remember. Let me see if I can find that. I believe it's in the same book. Oh, it's in the same verse. Con. Habakkuk 3 and verse 2. O Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, revive thy work in the midst of the years. That's his judgment. That's the things that he been prophesying to do upon his place. And as we seen his promise, we seen his work, we seen his power, right? Because those who see it through the spirit will understand, yes, this is power. This is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai sending forth his judgment upon this place. And real soon he's finna set his full wrath upon Babylon the Great. O Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, revive that works in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known and wrath, remember mercy. Why he gotta remember mercy? Because the Lord will be so pissed at this place. Is that when he starts saying for a judgment, he's gonna start killing and killing and killing. We could be scared as fuck, you know, seeing this thing. We could be like, is we next? You know, cause that's fear. That's fear. You know, you're not finna tell me that when the Lord comes back, you're gonna see him start zapping people on the ground and not be afraid. You could be shitting. You could be shitting. You can't tell me that you won't be afraid. All right, oh, let me see. Well, kind. You go to Ecclesiastes 2, and I'm going to end on this. My son, Ecclesiastes 2, verse 1, my son is back on the serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, make not haste in the time of trouble. Again, this is a straight gate. Only those, it is only meant for the elect, regardless. But those who come into this fold, they're going to go through suffering. They're going to go through temptation. They're going to go through a lot of shit. You know? Because this is that straight gate. This straight gate. Matter of fact, let me get that here real quick. I believe that word straight is means difficult. And just a word for straight.
Strong's G 4728 stenos. Stenos.
And Stenos. Mm. Mm. Well, matter of fact, hold on, let me see something. Let me see that word straight one more time. I thought it was saying this. But anyway, man, it's all good. That bit, it basically saying, man, you're gonna go through a difficult path. Cause you know this thing is meant. This thing is meant for suffering, really, man. You know, as the Apostle Gabar always mentions, you know, this thing is all about suffering. You know, all because we went off and sinned against the Lord. This is all about suffering. All right. Starting back at the top of Ecclesiastes chapter 2, back at the top again. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that last end. And this the point here. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient without art changed to a low estate. Why is that? Because we know that any given moment we can bug out just from what we going through, you know, just from the things that these evil spirits is playing in our minds with, you know what I'm saying? We're all different wickedness and just vain images, man. Just shit that will vex the fuck out of us. That we know that we not ought to be and we not ought to act in these times, man. You know? This really main the point right here. Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right, and trust in him. Let me hear this up. I think he calling me and want me to want to talk to me. So yeah, man. That just explains altogether what it is, man. So yeah, this truth is meant to be. It's meant for struggling. It's meant to go through struggles, man. You know, go through hardships, enduring hardships, enduring. That's all this thing is about. For those who endure unto referee paraphrasing, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. All right, referee paraphrasing. All right, so Lord willing, you was edified through the spirit, and Lord willing, I may come back with another lesson. Until next time, say shalom and the Bible ball. Until the next, shalom.